In this video, we will be going over the interface for the GetPhotoSphere app for Windows and Mac computers. The interface is the same for both operating systems, so we will be doing just one video. To begin with, I will just go over the basics of the interface, and then we will get into some more detail of some of the features. Up at the top, we can open up the device management for our PhotoSphere, and you can do things like copy the serial number, see the system version, system memory, and your IP address, which is useful for when we connect it as a network drive. Next, we have settings. When we open up the settings, I've shown you this briefly in the other videos, but we'll go over a little more detail here. We can launch the PhotoSphere at startup, which is recommended. We can enable software auto updates, also recommended. You can show PhotoSphere on my computer. You can enable logging. This will help with troubleshooting. And then you can go to system tray on exit, which is recommended as well, so the program doesn't shut down and you stop your updates or your backups as you're working. You can manage transport, which will control how many simultaneous tasks can be performed. If you have a lot of users on your PhotoSphere, you may want to set this at a lower number so as not to use up too much system resources and slow everything down. You can control the safety lock if you want to have the app auto lock after so many minutes of idle time. If you are having trouble connecting to your PhotoSphere over your network or outside of your network, you can detect the client internet and the client device to internet and the client device to device connections. This will help us troubleshoot if you are having connection problems. Cache management. Cache is used to show thumbnails of your photos and videos without downloading the entire file. This speeds up viewing of your photos and videos immensely, and we recommend that you don't clear this unless you really do need extra space on your device. And then, of course, there's the About screen. From the home page, you can view all of your files. So to begin with, in the default area here, we've got under your Space 1 or the main hard drive for your PhotoSphere, you got your albums, you got your backups, and you can see you've got backups from phones and computers, whatever you started to back up, whatever devices you're backing up, as well as downloads. You can view files by category: pictures, video, audio, and documents. You can view shared space. We will go over shared space in detail later in the video. You can access encrypted space. You can view files and folders that you've shared through links. You can see the recycle bin and empty it, just like with the phone app. If you delete a file, it will go to the recycle bin and take up space on your drive until you empty your recycle bin. And then you can see your shortcut folders. These shortcut folders are managed from your phone app, so they will show up here as well. Back up here at the top, we can search for pictures by name, or if we go back up to the main page here, we can search all of your files by name, by device name, or anything else that can be identifiable in the file name or folder names. As you're viewing photos and videos, you can refresh. This is convenient if you are taking a photo from your phone and it updates to the PhotoSphere. You can hit this refresh button and it will show up here. You can also change how it's sorted, ascending or descending by file name, edit time, or size. Or you can go into a list view. Next, let's go down to options. In another video, I had showed you how to tell the PhotoSphere app where to back up from. I'll just refresh this again. You can come in here and add other backup folders or drives by coming here and clicking the Add Backup folder, selecting the folder, and it will add it to your collection of folders and drives that you're backing up. We also have remove duplicates. So if you click on the remove duplicates, you can scan specific folders. And if you click that, it will ask you which folders to scan, and you can drill down to the specific folders. Or you can scan all folders. Again, as a reminder, when you remove duplicates, it is scanning for exact duplicates based on the file fingerprint or hash value. So if you've edited a file, such as adding a filter to photos, resizing a photo, the copy of those that have been edited are not exact duplicates and cannot be removed or detected as a duplicate. And then down here we have the safety lock. If you click on that, it will lock your app until you unlock it using the phone app. Now, the last thing on the interface I'll show is this transport. The transport will show you uploads, downloads, and finished transmissions of files. So that covers the basics of the interface. Let's go back and show you some of the things you can do with all of your backups. First, you can manually upload files and folders that you want. If you don't want them continually backed up and you just want to do a one-time backup, you can use this to upload files. You can view your backups by drilling down, double-clicking on those, and viewing your photos, viewing your files, or you can use the categories to view them. You can open up a file by double-clicking it. You can select a file or multiple files by checking the boxes. Once that happens, you have the option to share, download, or delete them. Or if you right-click, you can also move, copy them, or move to encrypted space. If you have only one file selected, you can rename it and view the file details. You can also open the file location. So when working with files, let's go into details about sharing files. Once you have one or more files selected, you can share it with non-account users of your PhotoSphere by clicking the share, choosing how long you want the link to be available, and then clicking create link. You can then email or message that link to whoever you want to file or share that file with, and they can download that file or the folders or whatever you've selected to share. Next, let's cover shared space. Shared space can be thought of similar to shared albums. When you share space, you can share files and folders, not just photos and videos, with people that are sub-account users on your PhotoSphere. If you're sharing with somebody that isn't already a user, you can invite them by sending them the link, and that will allow them to access your PhotoSphere as a sub-account user and back up their devices, as well as access this share and any other shares you invite them to. Shared space can be very useful for projects to share files and folders with other people. The interface here shows you all the shares that you have access to, shares that you've created, or shares that you've joined. To create a share, click on Create a Share, and if you have existing shares that you've created and you want to invite other people to it, different people, you can come down to this option. Otherwise, click on Create a Share and space 1. If you're going to invite existing sub-account users, you can click on their name, and then you can also edit their access. Are they going to just be able to view the files, or can they contribute by adding and deleting files in the share? You can also copy the link and invite other sub-account users to your PhotoSphere. Keep in mind that this will give them an account on your PhotoSphere where they can back up their devices as well as access any shares that you've invited them to. Once you've done that, hit confirm. Now keep in mind that right now we've just created the shared folder, but we don't have any files or documents in it. To add files, you must add local folders or files by clicking the Add, choosing local files or folders, navigating to what you want to add to the share, and it will upload that to the shared space that will give access to any of the members that you have on that shared space. You can also come back into the shared space and manage users by coming here and clicking on that. Next, let's talk a little bit more about encrypted space. Once you've set up your passcode and confirmed it, you can come back to any file or folder, right-click over it, and choose to move it to encrypted space. So that's how you can do it over files. Or if you come back up to your backup and say, I want to encrypt this entire backup, you can move your entire backup to encrypted space. It's very convenient for you to easily move any sensitive files to encrypted space so nobody else can access it but you with your PIN. That covers the interface for the GetPhotoSphere app for computers. Just as a quick recap, you can manage your backups by going to your space, accessing your shares that you've created, your albums, your backups from the different devices, or your downloads. You can view your files by category. You can manage your files by either opening them up by double-clicking or multi-selecting them, sharing them, downloading them, or deleting them. Or you can right-click and move them to encrypted space, download them, share them through the right-click as well. Or you can manage your entire folders by going through your folders and doing similar things where you can multi-select, you can right-click and do all those different things you can do to your files. So that covers the GetPhotoSphere app for computers. Thank you for joining me today.